because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their gilt rings. Right, the bouncer's gilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
Oh,
Eddie Hearn.
I film London. You're the new Keith Chegwin, you lot. Unbelievable.
Right, you ready for your day?
To get a restraining order out on you lot or something.
Listen, we was embarrassed to drive through these parts, you know.
Especially dressed like that. Let's do it.
How long do you live around here?
2.5 years.
It's a bit out of the way, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but I like that. You know, I think it's important. You can turn off. I worked in the West End for 6 or 7 years, so used to drive to Romford Station, leave my car there, get the overland to Liverpool Street and the tube to Bond Street every day, and it's just a killer. You know, it takes you an hour and a half to get to work, and time you get there, you're flat. This way, you can be with your family in the mornings and then get up, sometimes have a little run or something, and then go straight into work and get cracking, and you feel fresh all the time. You've got to remember about Matrohom is we're a family-based business. You know, we're not a private listed company. We're not on the stock market. We don't answer to a board of directors. We do things our way, and you know we're family people. The way I've always been brought up is that family is the most important thing out there, you know, so I want to be close to my family. I don't want to be travelling home, and I don't want to live in London either. I don't want to live in the centre.
Don't you think Essex is a good place to...
Yeah, Essex is a great place. Listen, we all know about the programmes and all that kind of stuff, but the bottom line is Essex is a great place. You know,
it's not too far away from London, but without being in it.
Of course. So. And where we are, we're very comfortable. You know, we've got a lot of history in Romford with the snooker halls and the boxing gyms, and Romford is where it all started for my dad, really. You know, it's where he got his lucky break. So I think that in general he's got good vibes about Romford, and he worked there for a long time. And obviously with Leighton Orient as well, we're only half an hour from Leighton Orient as well. So, and where we're going now, which is our head office, is my old house.
That's what I was going to say. Where are we going now?
Yeah, we're going to Matrohom's headquarters in Brentwood, which is basically where I grew up. Moved there when I was 4 or 5. It was basically after my dad really started doing well for himself. It was his first big sort of move in the property market for his family, you know, and we moved there when I was 5. I think he paid something like 250 grand for it at the time, which, you know, when you see it, it's a real nice place. And it's after he moved from Romford and he moved out of Brentwood, he moved further into the country with my mum. It became our headquarters. We converted it into offices, and it just feels perfect, you know, and the staff and everyone love it, and that's so important because...
How many staff you got working there?
I think we got about 20 in Maskell's, and then we got sort of 20 or 30 at Leighton Orient as well, and other people in different locations.
And there's people that have been here for a
yeah, we got time, you know, we've got a very simple system at Matrohom, and we... You know, my dad has always drummed into me the importance of your team around you, and we like to reward them constantly for hard work and good work. We've got a brilliant team of people, you know, experts in all different fields of work, and really what we've tried to create at our headquarters is an environment that people love getting up in the morning and love turning up at work, because you know how important that is. You know, if you're going into work in the morning and you can't wait to get there, you're enjoying your job, you're going to give so much more. And you know, I've been in jobs where I didn't really want to be there, you know, and I remember what it felt like, and I've been in jobs where I did want to be there, and I know how I've performed in those different situations. And if you're going to get the most out of your team, you've got to look after them, you've got to reward them, and you've got to give them a great environment. You know, we've got a nice gym there and a pool. We encourage them to go in that and, you know, exercise as much as possible. And everyone's real hands-on with events. There's no 9 to 5 in our office. You know, people are working all over the weekend at different events. So
is that how they work there then? When there's an event on, they're obviously working around that event?
Yeah, I mean, when there's not an event on, doesn't mean they're not in the office, of course, but if someone's worked 2 weeks solid on an event, including weekends, I don't expect them to come in at 8:30 on a Monday morning after being up till 1 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. You know,
Some
we only,
promoters would.
maybe, but you know, like I say, you want to get your best out of your team. And what we've got to understand about Matrohom is, and I know this is, you know, our interview is geared towards boxing, is we're a sports company.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're probably the #1 supplier of sports TV content in the world. So, where we look at boxing promotion, we're just not boxing promoters. We have experts in our office covering all fields, from accounts to tax law, you know, to PR, to press, to marketing, to sponsorship, to social media, to web design. You know, and no other boxing promoter has that.
What a place here.
Yeah, a lot of memories here, a lot of good times. You know, when you arrive and
People live here.
no, used to. This is where I used to live. Got some security that live around the side, but a lot of good memories. You know, nice to go to a place where you feel good.
Headquarters, is it?
No, but like I say, it's out of town and it's a lot of things for the team here to do. Everyone loves working here, you know, it's important. Yeah. Just see if the old man's about, shall we? I don't believe he is. No. I mean, this is the old man's office. You just want to report that, what's the time, 10 o'clock, he's still not here. You know. But this is actually our old living room with a family. Spent a lot of times here as well. And now my dad's office.
Do you own that ground out there?
Yeah. Yeah, there's about 16 acres here in total. Not a notoriously early starter, to be honest with you. I prefer to work late, but we never really stopped working. But, you know.
Well, your dad can do what he wants, really.
Yeah, of course. But he still works. You know, he's a total grafter, and he wouldn't want it any other way. He's not. He likes to fish, but he's not the sort of person that's
So how
just
much time do you
lazy.
spend here then, of a week?
A lot. You know, I'm based here, so unless I'm travelling or in meetings, I'm here full time. But I love to come in and, you know, like I say, we've got a dozen different departments here, so I like to sit down with them all.
You can proper chill out here, can't you?
Yeah.
Do your work and just not
Yeah,
get distracted.
but that's the
by
great
everything.
thing what I said about working environment. You know, people can come in here, they can sit outside, have some lunch, got the gym and the pool, you know, but you feel from coming in here it's a nice place to work. It's not morning, hi, morning, sit down at the desk. You know, because no one enjoys that.
That's right.
You know, come in, relax, talk. We encourage people to talk here.
Yeah.
Lots of meetings, understanding what the team are doing. You know, I think it's important.
Do you spend a lot of time talking to your staff?
Yeah, that's paramount, you know, because communication is key. We're going to see the machine behind Matrohom, the operational machine.
I thought that was your dad.
Been here probably longer than I've been alive, actually. I think that might be the case, actually. Steve Dawson, our financial director and mastermind.
Someone's got to keep them in check.
Yeah. Basically, what happens is me and my dad go out and just blag everything,
Yeah.
and then Steve makes it happen. And comes back and says, "What have you done now? What have you done now? What have you sold?" You know, and Steve basically gets all the contractual side up to speed. So, for instance, when I go out and talk to Kelbrook or Carl Froch and get them signed up, then it's over to Steve to cross the T's and dot the I's, basically.
If I'm really being honest, I'm very lucky because actually the way they structure deals, I dealt with less like an entrepreneur, more like a businessman, and that's the key to it, I think, because these guys understand the bottom line. And so many entrepreneurs don't think about the bottom line; they just think about the fun they're having on the way. And that's where I'm lucky. But I wouldn't tell them that because I might think my job's too easy.
Steve's been my dad's right-hand man since they started in the business. So what was
26 years.
26 years ago.
I didn't have grey hair then.
No, the very shy master of boxing, John Wishausen, just on the phone at the moment, so just making another fight or trying to get me out of trouble or something.
All right, see you later. Bye-bye.
Right, John?
Good morning. How are you?
How are you?
Not very well.
John knows the IFL London rule. Every time he sees you lot, he probably thinks, "Oh God."
Not again.
Yeah. Not
John,
again.
you wait till John Wish interview for IFL London.
Yeah.
They are, well, we don't know about. I don't think you can afford me.
So John's just getting everything ready for tonight, the prize fighter. You know, basically Tuesday night show. I think initially people were a little bit concerned, but it's going to be a total sellout.
Why did you decide to do it?
It's all run by Sky, so
It's their date?
yeah. So Sky will give us a date that, you know, generally they're supposed to be Saturday nights, but they came to us and said, "Would you be interested in doing a Tuesday for scheduling issues?" Perfect, you know. I actually think the weeknights work better for prize fighting.
There's less things on.
Yeah, someone sent me a message on Twitter the other day saying, why are you making it a Tuesday? As if anyone's going to watch boxing on a Tuesday night.
What, like there's
But
a set day?
I know, but I thought, well, most people are out on a Saturday night anyway. And
Well, listen, it's better than watching it at 5 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday night.
Exactly,
So,
But no, we're really looking forward to it. It's been a great response this time around. We've got a sort of great base of customers for Prize Fighter that seem to come back to nearly every show. And for this one, some of the fighters have sold. I mean, John Wayne Hibbert sold nearly 300 tickets alone.
yeah.
So there's a lot of fighters who've got a lot of individual support, which makes for a great atmosphere.
Well, you found some spare tickets?
No, unfortunately not for Prize Fighter. It's a sellout. Partly because of this man on the case selling a ticket, sold the VIP.
How old are you, Frank? You're not old, are you?
12. Don't tell anyone.
I'd like to learn from him, take it over, or maybe just start my own thing.
Yeah?
Yeah,
2 hopes, Bob and none.
Matrohom Smith.
Matrohom Smith.
if he's lucky.
Frank Smith Boxing Promotions Limited.
Yeah.
So is that your long-term ambitions then?
Well, I've got lots of ambitions, but we'll just see.
Why don't you tell us about them and we'll see if we can help you.
A date with Jane Couch, that's one of his ambitions.
I can sort that out.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Jane. Can't wait. You're watching IFL London. I know I've cracked it when they asked me to do their jingle.
Well, we never asked you to do it.
See you later, KUGAN.
He's got some great young fighters in here. You know, Daniel Cadman, who's fighting Danny Butler on that July 23rd show as well. Martin Wald, who's hopefully going to be a young Olympian, fantastic fighter, real star for the future. And I just think gyms are great places. You know, specifically a gym like this, which is just a real proper fighting gym. You know.
Get searched on the way in.
No, you're right in there. You're safe. You're with me. Oh, hello, boys. Hello. How are you? All right, Tony. How you doing, mate? You all right? That's right, mate. You all right, mate? Yeah, good. Future middleweight champion of the world. I don't know if you saw him on Sky, but a lot of people are talking about other careers for him.
Yeah.
Sports broadcasting,
Gucci,
modelling. Yeah, you know, they've all been all over him.
Tony, you alright?
Yeah, good, thanks, yeah. Better for seeing Eddie coming in with his nice
So you come in here often?
No, first time just for the cameras.
Once a year.
to do a little thing, you know, like if any of us are looking not very good in the gym or confidence is low, we get Eddie in the ring, give him a bit of a pasty, and then we come out of it, right?
Lee Purdy over there, British welterweight champion, going to be a prize fighter tonight, fighting again. Funnily enough, fighting the guy who knocked Spark out last time actually, so he'll be repeating that very soon. And not a lot of people will know about this guy. Embarrass him a little bit. Martin Wald, future world champion, likely future Olympian, and also he's the top boy. And Danny Cadman. No, Danny Cadman. Danny Cadman said to me, "Yeah, get me in prize fighter." I said, "I'm going to just have one more fight and then I'm all done." Since then, he's fought for the Masters champion. He's won the Southern area.
Back with a bang. Better than what I was before, aren't I?
And he's about to bash up Jane Couch's boy and probably go on and win the British title off George Groves.
You see it here first.
Yeah.
How's training going, Darren, alright?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
As hard as ever. Never easy in here. That's what they say, though, when you train hard, quite easy. It's going alright, mate.
Did you watch the Zibic and Chavez Junior fight?
Nah, I didn't. Well, it was close, wasn't it? Close one.
I still managed to give it to Chavez by 4 rounds every judge.
But they're as bad as the Germans out there, aren't they?
That's always the problem, you know, when we're looking at fights for Darren now. We're talking to 3 different world champions. But you know that if you go out and fight Chavez, you know, really, unless you're winning comfortably, you've got to try and stop him.
I'll go out there, I'll fight him and his old man.
Is this fight going to happen this year for Darren?
Well, we're talking about Martinez potentially for October the 1st on HBO at the moment. Speaking to Lou DeBella out in Atlantic City. Chavez is an option. Dimitri Pirog's an option. Yeah. But he's top 15 with every organisation, so it's only a matter of time. You know, because he fights well, but he's popular, and he, you know, the British broadcasters, Sky, want him. So therefore, it's a lot easier to make fights with world champions than someone that can't bring anything to the table.
Yeah.
So it's only a matter of time. But you know, as difficult it is for fighters, he's just got to stay patient and know that one's coming later this year, whoever it might be, and he'll take on anyone. He's not. I mean, he wants to fight Martinez, you know. So I think he just wants to go to Vegas, to be honest with you.
Well, it's going to come. What's life like under Matrohom Sport?
Good quality, different organisation altogether. You know, proper look after us and bad bloke, is he?
He's just giving us a tour of the Empire. Like to have that as your house, wouldn't you? Oh, wouldn't
you? You had it, didn't you, at 21?
Yeah, I had it for a couple of years at 21. It was a good time. But,
well, listen, when you are headlining in Vegas, MGM Grand or wherever, we'll be there. Don't worry about that. That will happen.
I ain't paying for it, am I?
Yeah. Just we'll deduct it straight out your purse.
Yeah, with the purse, yeah, there'll be a little...
He'll say, we're not getting this much. I said, yeah, what it was, I filmed London, had to have a couple of sweets over there.
Keep down there, yeah.
I'll be down.
Yeah, I'm going to have something in the first time. So that's pretty, I've always done I'll keep the image now and I'll do it. Back on white. Isn't it? I look fucking weighted up, isn't it? Or you can just go. See that, mate? Right, see that, bud? See that, mate? See that one.
Dan, see that, mate?
Where are you going?
Yeah, see that, please, mate.
I'm going to get there about sometime. About 7 o'clock. Alright. I'll bring it on Terry. Yeah, I'll give it to Terry.
We're at the famous Blind Beggar now, so we're turning right and we're a couple of minutes away. It's tough to explain the buzz when you're driving to a venue when you know you're doing a show. It's a bit like, you know, when you have a birthday party and you worry people might not turn up. You know, but when you know you're sold out. I know, we know we're sold out, but it's like, are they still going to turn up? You know, and it's when the venue starts filling up. That's just, honestly, it's hard to explain, but it just makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. You know, knowing that it's your show and you've done that, you've sold the tickets, and of course, the prize fighter concept in itself sells a certain amount of tickets, but to have it banged out, not a ticket on the door, you know, we spoke off camera about ticket touts and stuff like that, and when you've got touts outside, they're trying to buy people's tickets, and the £35 tickets are going for 50 quid, and you know, it makes you know that you've got demand, and demand is always nice because it knows you're doing it makes you realise you're doing things right and you've got a great product. You know, I mean, every time I go to Leighton Orient Football Club, I'll drop my granddad home after and he just looks on Leighton High Road and just says, God, I can't believe this, what's going on here? You know, this used to be a so-and-so, that used to, you know, and it's the same around here really, things have changed so much. But nothing's changed at York Hall, Bethnal Green. You know, it's still, in my opinion, the best place.
Is it the home of prize fighter, York Hall?
Yeah, I think it is. It is. You know, and we always get lots of people saying, "Oh, can you do a prize fighter in Birmingham or in Nottingham?" And we try to. You know, we did one in Liverpool, but it just feels so right at York Hall. You know, and it's that perfect size, 1,400 people, bear pit atmosphere with the balcony. And you know, we've been to Olympia quite a few times. It's just not the same. Yeah. You know, and when you come back here, and the people down here are so good, they love to have you here because they love the business and they appreciate the business. Sometimes when you go to a bigger arena, you know, it's very, oh, you can only do this, you can't do that, can't do that there, can't do that there. With your call, it's like, look, these are the rules, you know the rules, you've done it 100 times before, have a good night, you know, make as much money as you can. I mean, if you're going to the bar here later, you know, the main bar, it's absolute bedlam, you know, but that's really what people like. If you don't leave the venue without chewing gum on your shoes, you haven't had a proper night, have you, you know.
But that's what people like.
Of course, but that's why there's a big sort of VIP corporate hospitality following a prize fighter, because the people from the city like to come down and they like to experience it. Oh, blimey, this is a bit on the rough side, isn't it? Oh, is there any gangsters here tonight? You know, I mean, that's almost like, and it is quite a lively atmosphere. You know, you got people, your call's just down there, you got people in this Dundee Arms pub. I mean, you're going there for a pint before it all goes off. You know, but that's really what you want in a show. You want a show with plenty of character and personality, and that's really, you know, what every time you come to York Hall, that's what happens.
Yeah, not too bad. What's up, mate?
It's a great shot in here. It's nice to see it sort of half in the daylight, you know. So what generally happens is the place gets so busy, you know, everyone's just lined around the sides and at the back, you know, because you've got the bar in there. I actually think that the best seats are up in the balcony. Well, you think if you're sitting there, how close you get to the, you know. No, I don't think so. And that's the great thing about the arena and the venue itself.
I mean, listen, if this was a football stadium, the best seats would be there.
Yeah. Well, literally, you're so close up there, you know.
Like you said, people don't realise what a lot of work Spy put into.
Yeah, of course. I mean, when you think about, you know, the trussing and the rigging and the backstage stuff with various different people, it's a huge setup, you know, huge production. When I got involved with Prize Fighter, we changed the ring colour to black and gold to keep within the branding of Prize Fighter. You know. And I think it makes a big difference because so many times you turn on the TV and it's a blue ring with red and white ropes, you know, or blue ropes, and you don't know what's what. But here, you know, every time you turn on the ring, you see the black and gold. It's Prize Fighter. You know, I think you need that sort of brand identity. No worries.
Did you expect that, El Machi?
Yeah, not really. You know, I thought Colin Lyons won the semi-final, to be honest with you. But that's Prize Fighter. You never know what you're going to get. You know, and in the final, just a crazy final. You know, El Machi throws Lyons out, Witter out the ring. You know, it's a close call. But I thought Witter never done enough. You know, over 3 rounds, you've got to go and win the fight. And I don't think he done that. But great night. You know, you see yourself. Everyone who was here at the beginning, everyone was in at the end. You know, and that's not what you see in boxing these days.
Wayne never went out first round, didn't he? So Yasin.
There we go.
There we go.
Champion.
Yasin. Hey! What's that?
What did I tell you?
You told me.
What did I tell you?
You told me as well.
Listen. Okay, let's go. Can I talk?
You can talk.
Well, I thank a lot this guy. He helps me. He got me titles. He let me fight his belt. Matrohom, I love you. Thank you so much for you. I appreciate it.
You know, Yasin El Machi wanted to be in every prize fight we've ever had. You know, heavyweights included.
Exactly. Yeah, it's true.
He's been dying to get in this tournament. He finally got it.
People will hear about Yasin El Machi. That's what he said in his interview yesterday. He said, you will know about Yasin El Machi tomorrow night. And
yes,
and
I told you that he's going to win it.
You told me.
I told you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
He's going to help you get to the top.
Oh, I hope so. If you'd love, I would love to. Please, if you can give me a world title, I will go for it. I'm not a person who I will duck someone. I am there to fight anybody, anytime, either one. Thank you very much. Guys, take care.
You come right now.
All right. Yeah, unbelievable. So, that's it, Coog. I think we're all done, mate.
So, listen, you'll be waiting for the next next prize fighter.
September we'll be back. Might do one for the little men. There's a lot of flyweights campaigning for a shot of this, so we haven't done one yet. We might give that a crack.
Chuck me in the super heavyweights, come on.
I don't even think you make super heavyweights.
Alright, Eddie Hearn, it's been a great night. Thank you very much. Alright, we'll catch up with you soon. Thank you very much.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt wins. Right, the bouncer's guilty.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,